Hey, what's going on, beautiful family? It's your sister Michelle here, dropping another video, probably the last one. Yeah, you know how I drop them. I always drop usually more than one at a time. You know, you used to me now. You used to me, family. You know how we get down. I love you all so much. Like I said, my videos might be a little shaky. Please forgive me because I'm, doing my situation. I lost my stand and everything else, and your sister really ain't had time to get another one. And every time I think about it, I keep forgetting. I got so much stuff on my mind. But I am thinking about you. I love you. I'm wishing you nothing but love and light in your beautiful journeys. Give me a minute and I'm going to get it together, okay? I love you all so much. You deserve the best because you are the freaking best. Let's get on a subject that I don't really talk about. But I have heard other people, of course, I've heard other people talk about it. And I've experienced it also myself. Let's get into narcissistic family members. People that are in your family that are narcissistic. We talk about partners all day. We know how these no good for nothing narcissistic partners we deal with. We don't lay with these rat soup eating bastards. We know how they operate. So let's get on the other side. Let's talk about people that are in your family that are like that. Talk about narcissistic family members. Brothers, sisters, especially parents. Yeah, it hits different when it comes from that. Because let me tell you what I know for sure. If you grew up in a household with narcissistic family members, you know what it looks like. Narcissistic family members can be very dangerous. They are very influential in your personal growth and what you've been through. And their main goal, if they're truly narcissistic, is for you not to grow up functioning correctly. Because more than likely, if you're with narcissistic family members, that means they didn't grow up correctly. Things have gone astray in their life. And a lot of times it's a generational thing. It's passed down from person to person. We're not giving them the past, but that is the truth. That's what it is. So if you know anybody, including yourself, have been in a situation with a narcissistic family members, you know it's not easy. Narcissistic family members, as we know, they say people, they always got to have a scapegoat. They got to have somebody to pin up against other people. It's so true. Somebody's going to always be the person who's not up to par, even though they're not up to par. Why do you want to pin people against each other when the real culprit here is your ass? You don't pin me up against my brothers and sisters and other people in the family and trying to make us fight amongst each other, because they do that, turning against each other, making one better than the other. All that comes within the circle of that when the true culprit in the situation is your ass. You're the dysfunctional one. You're the one that's unhappy. You're the one that has a brain fucking fart, whatever the case may be. But narcissistic family members will try their best to destroy you before you even get a chance to start. That's their goal. I'm miserable. I don't understand what this shit is about. Let me make you feel the same way. A lot of times, we come into families. We don't choose what families we come into. And when we're younger and we're going through this, all we want is love, appreciation, acceptance. And we will fight for that acceptance, not knowing that the people that we're fighting for is not fighting for us. They're fighting against us. Yeah. They probably been through some stuff. Now, we ain't going to get deep into that because everybody has a story. Everybody has a story. Everybody has a story for why they are who they are and what they've been through. We understand that. A moment of silence for that. That's all they're getting. Because I know as an adult individual, like one thing I can say, you can be through a lot of trauma and go through a lot of stuff, but you know as an adult person what is right and wrong. You know if you're allergic to a certain kind of drug, don't take it. They know that. If they know that they can't get their rent paid unless they do X, Y, and Z to get it, they're going to do everything they can to get that rent paid. That's why I don't give people like that passes when people are like, well, they don't understand. They've been through trauma. They don't get it. This, that. But you have enough common sense to know how to pin people against each other? Bullshit. I call bullshit. You have enough common sense to know how to divide families up. You have enough common sense to know that if you put me through all this trauma, it's going to traumatize me and fuck my life up. And I'm supposed to believe that you don't know no better? Get the fuck out of here. That's the Italian in me. People don't know that my father's Italian. Get the fuck out of here. We're not falling for that. You know exactly. Sit down, Gucci. You know exactly what you are doing and why you're doing it. Your inadequacies is showing up in my life. You're trying to destroy me. Narcissistic family members are dangerous. Not only to you, even to your future with your own children. You got to recognize it, see it for what it's worth, and nip it in the bud. Because if you don't, it'll go on and on and on. That's called generation curses, on and on and on. Your family members that treated you like this, it comes from a place of misery. You can't tell me just by the place of you being born, you have caused so much chaos into their life. No, it's because you've been like that. You operate like that. You might have brought me into this world. Thank you for that. But all you did was bring me into this world. And you're using me as a punching bag and a scenario to make yourself feel better than what you really feel like. They're damaging people. They hurt innocent children. They do all kinds. I have nothing for people like that. You're a punk. You weak as fuck. And that's how I feel about it. Narcissistic family members are dangerous. They will pretend that you are the best thing for them if you're doing what they want you to do. But behind your back, they're talking shit about you. They don't wish you well. They wish you the same misery they're feeling. You don't have to do anything to prove to anyone, like I've always told you, to people that are proving to you over and over that you don't matter to them. Blood is not always thicker than water. It's not always thicker than water. Blood and love and family is from people who are on your same level. Family is people that understand you. Family that uplifts you. Family that wants to see you do better. That's just what it is. And a lot of times narcissistic families will do so much to you to cause you to rebel out and act a fool so they can say, see, I told you they were crazy. See, oh, we're no longer talking now because they're the issue. See, that person did X, Y, Z. That's bullshit. Don't you never let nobody ever tell you what you're feeling is not real. Especially when it comes to narcissistic family members, especially narcissistic parents. Because they want to give you the scenario of what you're supposed to believe. They want you to think that what they're saying to you is true. They want you to think that if you have this kind of dysfunction in your life, that when you get into the real world, this is what you're supposed to accept. A motherfucker treating you bad. A motherfucker telling you ain't good enough and you're supposed to stay and put up with it because you're supposed to honor thy mother and their father. Now listen to me. I believe in God. And I always tell you about God. God is real. No matter what you call God to be. I always tell you, believe in God strongly because he's the number one thing. But I don't think there's anywhere, you can correct me. As a matter of fact, I know it's not. Where God did say, honor their mother and their father, the days will be short. But he also said, do not provoke your children to wrath. He understands both sides of the instrument. We're not talking about when your parents are good and trying to do best and you're treating them like shit and you have no respect for them. Trust me when I tell you, when it's like that, you'll suffer for that. We're talking about the people that bring their children to wrath. The people that discard of their children. Treat them like they're not nothing. Thinking that just because we're kids, a lot of times, we don't understand what they understand. And you got to stand underneath them and take whatever the fuck they shell out. You're supposed to do that in an outstanding, respectful relationship towards your elders. Absolutely. God wants nothing else. I'm talking about the family members who are narcissistic, demonic. They've been abused themselves, unfortunately. And they want your life to be just as traumatic as theirs are. Fuck all that. We're not here for that. Because if we don't correct it, we'll do it to our children. And they'll do it to their children and our grandchildren. It's a cycle that they are happy to live in. Misery loves company. Nobody needs that kind of shit. If someone, I don't care who it is, treats you like you're nothing and they don't treat you right, you cut them the fuck off. God did not put you here to be mistreated by anyone. Are we going to go through stuff with our parents and disagree and rebel? We all have done it. I was a rebellious queen. Not because my family was terrible, because I thought I knew everything. I was smelling my own drawers. I thought I knew something. You understand, we're grown. We always think that we know something as teenagers and go into our life. We're not talking about that kind of thing. We're talking about people from the very beginning of birth, conception, through adolescence, who only wanted to cause you harm and confusion. That is what we're talking about. Narcissistic family members are dangerous. If you recognize it, you see it for what it is, Don't feel guilt in it. And they will try to make you feel guilt. And they will make you feel guilt. And if you feel any kind of guilt and remorse and get closer to them, they'll punish you for getting close to them again. They're dangerous like that. You wish them nothing but the best. Let God have mercy on their souls, and you depart your ass from it and live a different kind of life for you and yours. Because if not, the curse that they have on them will become your curse, and it become your children's curse. They're only put here in the situation. Unfortunately, like I said, a lot of them are like that because things have happened to them as well. They never got therapy. Nobody ever loved them. I get that. I get it. This is reality. This is life. But regardless of that, just because you went through this and you experienced this, you know, you didn't get the therapy you needed. Now that I hate that for you, but that ain't who I am. One thing for sure, we can all say for sure, we don't choose our parents, and we didn't ask to come here. That was God's choice. But when it comes to our parents, we didn't ask them to bring us here into the situation that they're living in. It just happens that way. Narcissistic parents are terrible, man. They hate you because they're not you. Because a lot of times, this is what it is. They look at us as, I've already been there, done, and I fucked up everything. This person is fresh and new. They have a chance to do the things that I wasn't able to do in my prime, in my younger years. So before I let them go on and do those things, I will destroy them before they ever get a chance to do it. That is how it operates. It's dangerous. You don't owe narcissistic parents nothing. The best respect you can give to people like that is go away and don't look back. You ain't got to cuss them out. You ain't got to act a fool. Well, sometimes it does happen. I'm not saying it doesn't. But the biggest thing you can do for people like that, walk away from their ass. Let them live in the misery. The grave they dug for you, let them rot in it. And that's the truth. Narcissistic family members, definitely parents, are dangerous. They mean you no good. They never have. More than likely, they never will. Accept it for what it is. We're not privy to choosing the families we come into, but we're privy enough to get educated what's right and wrong. We're privy enough to know what pain feels like because of them. And we don't want to carry that shit on to other people, man. Just because they're fucked up don't mean we got to be fucked up. Because trust and believe, the misery that they're sitting in, they're going to be stuck in it for the rest of their lives. A lot of them, most of them, die this way. You'll find out that people that were in their family is no longer alone. They die alone. Their children are gone. Their grandchildren are gone. They're so fucked up and demonic. They done ran everybody with. They done burned every bridge. But they think by doing all the things that they're doing, they're burning your future bridges. Learn. Educate yourself. Realize that no matter what they did to you, it's not a personal attack. The personal attack is on themselves. And narcissistic family members, especially parents, do not want to see you succeed past what they have done. And they will remind you of that every chance they get. But don't you fall for it. Know what it is. See, when people really love you and they care for you, they want what's best for you. They uplift you. They want to see you do better than what they've even done. So if you find anybody in your life that doesn't want you to go past the situation that they're in, whether it be your parents, or friends, lover, whatever, if you meet someone that wants to keep you on the same level, or probably, more than likely, lower than where they are, they mean you no good, because love elevates. It does not stunt or try to make you look like you're not underneath it. It doesn't work like that, fam. Don't feel guilty about moving away from anyone that's not giving you your just reward and what is due to you, your birthright. Your birthright is this. You were born, God chose it for you, and he has a plan for you. And no narcissistic family member or nothing else, once you know that, can ever take that from you. As a matter of fact, it becomes a fuel for you to be better to the next generation you're raising. I'm just saying. I love you so much. The shit is real. Unfortunately, we're stronger than that. We're learning what tools we need to defeat all these narcissistic demons. Family and everybody else. Watch your back. Remember, if someone can't treat you the way you need to be treated, get away from them. You'll be better off later on for it. And don't let nobody make you feel guilty about those kind of choices. I love y'all. Bye.